In this demonstration, I'd like to show how to use the GPS feature in Ancient Earth. You may be wondering why it has a GPS feature. Well, it turns out the world's an interesting place, but sometimes when you go back in time, it's often hard to figure out interesting reference points. One of the most important reference points is where you are today. To be able to understand where you are today, sometimes it's important just to see it on the map. If you take a look at the top right of the menu bar, there's a little pin symbol. That's our GPS functionality. If you turn that on, you'll see where you are if you either have cellular service or you're on a Wi-Fi network or near a Wi-Fi network that can determine your position. So let's turn that on. Just tap the button. And we can see that it now marks a red spot near Chicago, Illinois, which is where I am right now. And one thing you may have noticed that up in the top right, a little symbol came on for a little while and then turned itself off. That's because even though Ancient Earth uses the GPS functionality, it turns itself off once it gets a point, because it assumes that you're not going to be doing a lot of movement while you're on Ancient Earth, and you don't necessarily care about seeing that movement while using Ancient Earth. So it turns itself off and it doesn't leave the GPS on. So it's only a short amount of time that it uses it. But once it has it, you have a point. It's basically a pin that is dropped on our current location. And why is that important? So now we can go back in time and see that our pin with our current location goes along with the continents. And once you're done with that GPS location, you want to turn it off, just tap the button again in the top right corner, and it's done.